Okay, class, today we're going to finish up the 6-on-6 saddle. We're just going to call this step 3. We've already did step 1 and 2. Basically what we're going to do is explain how we got our pattern as we did in step 2. We drew the ordnance lines on the board. Okay. What we've done is we've made a pattern on paper. Anything you can wrap around the pipe will work. As you can see, it matches what we drew on the board pretty well. So now, I'm going to show you how you put it on your pipe and you lay out your pipe. These runoff tabs here are real handy to hold it together. You put it on your pipe, you take your soapstone, you trace all the way around, which I've already done. When you get done, it should look like this. Next step, you get your torch. You want to start by removing the end of the pipe. You want to make sure that you cut all the way around the pipe, maintaining a square cut. You maintain a square cut by pointing the torch to the center line of the pipe at all times. So you're going to cut this all the way off, all the way around. When you get done, and after you clean it up with a grinder, it should look something like this right here. As you can see, make sure you take all the slag from the inside of the pipe and remove it. You got a seam in the pipe, wherever it is. It's a good idea to grind that back about 3/4 to an inch to make sure that it's not in the weld zone when you weld it together. Then you're going to turn it around. You're going to set it wherever your hole is going to be for your branch. So you're going to make it. You're going to cut the hole for the saddle. So you're going to set it where it goes. Take your soapstone and try to draw as close as the pipe as you can all the way around. You're going to do this all the way around. So now, you set that aside. As you can see on the board, some students sometimes wonder how you get to all these measurements from part step 2, which was why is the pipe 6 5/8 OD? Where does that come from? How do you get that? So we all know that pipe's based on the ID dimension. So 6/8 schedule 40 wall thickness is 280. So a little bit more than 1/4 inch, a little bit less than 5/16. I tend to use 5/16 so that when I draw my next line, I don't remove too much material. So take the wall thickness, multiply by 2, then add the inside diameter to get the outside diameter. So that being said, you draw a line about 5/16 of an inch in from the outside diameter that we just traced, and you're going to go all the way around. I'm doing this in kind of in a hurry, but you can do a better job. You trace it, make sure you've got the proper 5/16 all the way around the pipe. After you do that, you're going to cut out the hole. You're going to make sure you do not remove the line. Make sure you only cut on the inside line only. You want to keep the line there. Same thing, square cut all the way around, pointing the torch to the center of the pipe at all times. After you drop that out of there, you clean up all the slag, make sure it's all good and clean. Do not bevel this piece. You're going to take the first piece you cut, since you've already traced it, you make sure you trace it first. Make sure you trace that first line. And you take this piece, and now you can bevel it. Only bevel this piece, bevel it all the way around. That way when you set it on here, the ID of this pipe and that hole should be the same size. So when you weld it up, you should have 100% penetration all the way around without any restriction of hole size. When you go to weld it up, you can take your spacer. You want to make that gap where you can get your penetration. When you set that on there, you'll set it on like this. You'll get it centered up good. You want to make sure you tack it, maintain the gap where you can get your penetration all the way around. Different people like a different gap. 3/32 is a good starting spot. It's not too big, it's not too small. If you're running a little hot, you might want to decrease it. And, you know, I wouldn't recommend going much bigger than 3/32 because you'll get out of control on you real quick. So now let's look and see what the finished product looks like. So after you get it welded, you see examples over here of a 6-on-6 saddle that's been welded up. Looks very nice, very uniform. It was welded very nicely. It's got a nice string of beads that stack all the way around. The inside is real nice. It's got really good penetration all the way around. And we hope this helps you with your 6-on-6 saddle. Thank you very much.